Welcome to this Quiz Academy video on Egyptian mythology. Now, there is a reason why most questions about Egyptian deities tend to focus on what they look like, and that's because what we think of as the Egyptian pantheon is really a whole bunch of similar but not identical pantheons which were mostly based in individual cities, Thebes, Heliopolis, Memphis, etc., that morphed and merged over their 3,000 plus year history. This is particularly clear when we look at creation myths. In the beginning, there was just a watery abyss, but depending on which story you go with, Nun either lived in the watery abyss or was the watery abyss. In Hermopolis, things were weird. Nun and his consort Nornet were two of 8 frog and snake gods who collectively laid an egg which contained the god Ra. As I said, these things shifted over time and there were some real outliers. Anyway, most ancient Egyptian creation myths involve the first god emerging from this abyss. Not all agree on who that first god was. Let's go with a more orthodox telling of the story in which the sun god Atum willed himself into existence. Atum then created air, personified by his son Shu, and moisture personified by his daughter Tefnut. Shu and Tefnut had children together, the earth named Geb, and the sky called Nut. Geb and Nut then had 4 children together, Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. These first 9 gods are known collectively as the Ennead. At some point, Shu discovered that his children were falling in love and forced them apart, holding Geb down and Nut up. Geb's tears formed the oceans. Osiris married his sister Isis, and the two ruled over Egypt together in a reign of peace and prosperity. Set, however, wanted the throne for himself and murdered Osiris, scattering body parts across the land. Isis searched for the pieces of her husband's body and, with the help of her sister Nephthys, was eventually able to collect them. And then, with the help of the god of knowledge, Thoth, and the funeral god Anubis, Isis was able to bring Osiris back to life. But Osiris was weak after his resurrection, and though he was able to impregnate Isis, he went to the land of the dead where he became lord. Set took the throne for himself, forcing Isis to flee. She gave birth to her son Horus in exile. Set is depicted with the head of a creature called the Set animal, which is a sort of black-skinned, square-eared, curvy-snouted dog-like animal that only appears in Egyptian mythology. Set was strong, belligerent, short-tempered, and mean, and he was the chief god of crime, illness, storms, droughts, plagues, and foreign lands. Think of Set as the god of necessary evils, mean, threatening, dangerous, but useful if put towards the right purpose. Now back to the story. Horus reached adulthood and challenged Set for the throne. Unable to settle the issue by violence, the case was settled in a trial hosted by the Ennead. Geb was the judge, and he ruled in favour of Horus, who became the king of Egypt. Future pharaohs claimed descent from Horus and therefore a divine right to rule. That's the basis of the creation myth, but there is more to Egyptian mythology than that, and in another video we will go through the key Egyptian deities that you should know about.